We have a stacked card, as he said. 2 world titles on the line. Nous avons une super carte samedi soir avec 2 titres mondiaux en jeu. Jason Maloney puts his WBO bantamweight title on the line as he takes on Sal Sanchez. And in our main event, they are joining us now on stage. The champ, Artur Beterbiev, puts all 3 belts on the line as he faces Callum Smith. The WBC, the IBF, the WBO light heavyweight titles, all on the line here in Quebec City. And so we will turn our attention to the champ, who's accompanied by Mark Ramsey. It's great to see you both again. How excited are you to be here at home hosting all of us this week? Êtes-vous excité d'être à la maison, de nous accueillir toute cette semaine? No? And he just says to me, I don't speak French. This is perfect, starting off well. How excited are you to be here hosting all of us this week?
First of all, hello everyone. I have bad news. I think my English is still not good.
It's very good.
Yeah, I'm excited like every fight, you know. Like this for this fight, we're preparing. We try to prepare like usually for 100%.
Alors Artur est évidemment très excité, comme il l'est pour chacun de ses combats. Sa préparation est faite et il est prêt à 100% pour samedi soir.
This fight was originally scheduled in August. You had some dental surgery, hurt your jaw. 12 months since you've been in the ring. Anything still lingering there, or are we okay?
Je vais juste traduire la question au préalable. Alors, le combat devrait originalement avoir lieu au mois d'août dernier. Artur a dû déclarer forfait à ce moment-là suite à une blessure à la mâchoire lors d'une chirurgie dentaire. La question est à savoir s'il y a encore quelque chose qui reste de cette blessure-là et l'impact que ça pourrait avoir samedi.
I'm okay.
He's okay. Mark, I want to turn to you for just a quick second. What has this journey with Artur been for you?
It's a challenge. He's a challenge because he's the type of guys who push himself and make people around him to push also all the time. And it's a good challenge, very positive challenge, and I love it.
Before we turn over to the challenger here a little bit, I want to ask the same question that I started with Patrick. What does this mean for you who have put your life into this sport here in Montreal and Quebec to have this type of event come here?
That's great. That's great because you see, it's about 8 years now that Artur is a champion, and we travel all around the world to defend against the military challenger or do an unification fight. Like it's always one of them, and we never have really the chance to fight on the front of our people. And now we're gonna have the support of everybody Saturday, and this is just great.
We're definitely going to get into that support as well. So, Callum, welcome to Quebec City. Buddy, welcome as well. Welcome to Canada. What do you make of all this snow, and how is the journey coming over?
Yeah, it's cold. It's colder than when I was here. I was here in the summer, it was nice, and then the weather's changed a lot since then. But it's good. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to become a world champion again, and I'm here with my team, and as long as I'm with them, I can be anywhere in the world, and it feels like home. We're 3 brothers, we're very close in the family, and I'm in a good place mentally and physically, and ready to perform.
Alors pour l'aspirant, il disait que oui, il fait froid, mais il a quand même réussi à braver les éléments et à se rendre tant et aussi longtemps qu'il est entouré par sa famille, par son équipe, par ses proches. Il sait qu'il a un travail à faire et avec cette recette-là, il compte bien gagner samedi soir.
The opportunity to take 3 belts home, what can we expect Saturday night that maybe we haven't seen?
I think it'll be exciting. He's a very good fighter. He's a champion. He's a 3-belt champion, so his achievements speak for themselves, but I believe in myself. I always have done, and I believe the best version of me beats anyone in the world, and I fully stand by that. I believe I've improved a lot over the last couple of years under Buddy, and the time's now. I'm ready to become a 2-division world champion, and I've been presented with the opportunity this weekend, and it's an opportunity I plan on taking.
Alors, les accomplissements d'Artur parlent pour eux-mêmes. Champion, triple champion chez les mi-lourds. Par contre, ça fait maintenant 2 ans que Callum travaille avec son entraîneur, Buddy McGirt. Il sait qu'il est prêt, sait qu'il a tout fait les efforts nécessaires pour l'emporter, que quand il est à son meilleur, il n'y a personne au monde qui peut le battre. Et il a la ferme intention de devenir champion mondial dans 2 divisions cette fin de semaine.
Buddy, I'll bring you into the conversation. This is your 3rd fight together. How special is this young man?
I mean, I think he's very underrated. I think a lot of people underestimate him. And, he's going to showcase what he can really do Saturday night.
Alors, dans les mots de l'entraîneur Buddy McGirt, Callum est sous-estimé. Il est pas mis en valeur autant qu'il devrait par les gens qui suivent le sport de la boxe, mais il va tous leur montrer ce dont il est capable de faire samedi soir.
That's not what I said.
It is what you said.
Verbatim. Buddy, that was verbatim. I'm come back to the champ. You are the only world title holder in all of boxing to maintain a perfect knockout percentage. Do you go into every fight now looking to keep that intact? Vous êtes le seul détenteur du titre mondial de toute la boxe à maintenir un pourcentage de KO parfait. Participez-vous à chaque combat maintenant en cherchant à garder cela intact?
I think it's a question for him, not for me.
Mark, you want to chime in there?
They do that, you know, it's not me.
You just go in there and do what you do?
I just do for what they tell me, that's it.
Do you tell them to go out and look for it?
To be honest, everybody except our team focus on that. Like the opponent always focus on that. Like this is not something that we focus. Like we try to do the best work in the gym possible. We try to do the best fight possible, and this is just the conclusion of the fight. That's it.
Mark, I'll stay with. Oh, go ahead.
Alors, Marc Ramsey qui expliquait que l'emphase n'est pas nécessairement mise sur le KO à chaque fois, bien que les autres semblent concentrés là-dessus, surtout les adversaires d'Artur, mais que ça a juste été le dénouement jusqu'à présent de tous ces combats sans être nécessairement l'emphase du résultat qui était mis.
Does Caleb bring anything into the ring that you guys maybe haven't seen before, Mark? Have you been able to study his tape?
I don't want to talk too much. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a complete fighter. He's not number one for nothing. But at the end of the day, Artur boxing, he's 9 years old. We saw a lot of stuff already. I don't want to talk too much. Let's those guys fight Saturday.
Buddy, I'll ask you the same question that I was sort of hinting at here, that 19-0 with 19 knockouts. What do? How do you prepare so that your guy doesn't get knocked out?
I'm like Mark Ramsey. I don't talk too much.
So I should just ask questions in French from now on, and you'll just nod.
I mean, listen, you can't go in the fight, you know, thinking about his record. You know what I mean? We know what's in front of us. We're not stupid, you know what I mean? We know that, you know, it's a tough task, and we're prepared for it. I mean, if you worry about all that, I mean, then you're in the wrong business. You know what I mean? So we know what's in front of us. We know what's coming at us. I mean, what Callum knows, you know what I mean? So, because when the bell rings, he takes 3 steps in, I take 3 steps out. So but we've prepared. So right now it's just all up to him to go in there and handle his business Saturday night.
Alors, les deux entraîneurs sont un peu avares de propos. Marc Ramsey qui expliquait qu'il sait que Callum est un combattant complet qui apporte une grosse recette à la table et que le défi est grand pour samedi, mais est confiant qu'Artur pourra l'emporter. De son côté, Buddy McGirt qui expliquait qu'on ne peut pas mettre le focus sur le fait que l'adversaire a un ratio de KO de 100% et que de se laisser intimider par ça, de faire ça, on serait dans le mauvais sport si on faisait ça. Et que samedi soir, Callum va prendre 3 pas par l'avant, lui va prendre 3 pas par l'arrière. Il va avoir confiance en son poulain pour livrer la marchandise.
It's been 12 months since the champ has been in the ring, Callum. It's been almost 17 months for yourself. Aside from camp, what have you been doing to avoid, you know, everybody says rust creeping in Saturday night?
Yeah, I've done technically 3 camps, so I've always been in the gym, obviously for the postponed fight in August, and then I was supposed to fight in March, which I had to withdraw from, so I've not been out the gym for 17 months. I've been in the gym constantly learning, constantly working with buddies, so I believe I've used the time well. Say the inactivity isn't ideal, but it's not like I've been sat out injured. I've been constantly improving as a fighter, so I don't worry too much about it. My last fight I was out for 11 months beforehand, and it didn't bother me too much. So yeah, I think you can read too much into that. I think as long as you've had a good camp, you get in, I listen and I perform. I'm not too worried.
Alors, la question portait sur le fait que Callum est inactif depuis 17 mois et qu'est-ce qu'il a fait pendant ce temps-là. Il expliquait que bien qu'il ait été inactif, ça ne veut pas dire qu'il n'était pas dans le gym. En fait, il était dans le gym constamment, a fait l'équivalent de 3 camps d'entraînement pendant cette période, constamment en train de s'améliorer, de devenir meilleur et qu'il est prêt à montrer ce qu'il a appris contre Artur samedi soir.
Callum, you're the youngest of 4 brothers, all in the game. How has that dynamic supported you?
Yeah, massive. When I was younger, I used to get asked, do I feel pressure of being the youngest of 4 fighting brothers, and I always found the opposite. I benefited. I had 3 very good fighters to look up to, and they're the first people to turn to when I need advice, and I feel I've improved a lot just off listening and watching over the years, and I just feel it's beneficial to have 3 fighters who can't understand what you're going through. Even like this week, they know when to leave me alone, know when to support me. So it's massive. We do everything together. We're a close-knit family, and we've had a lot of success. And hopefully this weekend we can add to more success for the family.
Alors, Callum, qui est le plus jeune de 4 frères qui combattent tous, il expliquait à quel point c'est une expérience enrichissante pour lui, qui peut bénéficier de l'expérience du soutien de ses frères à travers un processus ardu comme un combat de championnat du monde comme celui de cette fin de semaine, et qu'il a bien hâte de célébrer ses succès avec eux après le combat de cette fin de semaine.
Artur, Saturday night, you're walking out in front of 10,000, all cheering your name, all here to support you. Does that add a little pressure?
No, I'm focused for fight. I'm happy they come to watch us, but I have things to do, other things to do.
Alors, la question portait sur le fait qu'il y ait 10 000 personnes qui vont être dans l'amphithéâtre samedi soir et qui seront là pour soutenir Artur. Est-ce que ça rajoute une pression? Il expliquait que non, qu'il est bien content que les gens soient là pour l'encourager, mais lui, il est concentré sur la tâche. Il y a un travail à faire samedi, il compte bien le faire.
How has the sport of boxing changed your life, and how have the people of Quebec supported you and changed your life in that regard as well?
When you're sportsman, it's already changed your life. You're sportsman. It's your job. I'm happy I'm boxer or I'm sportsman, In Quebec too, people very interesting to sport, They practice sport, Old people, when I get some gym, like for example, morning, 7 o'clock morning, I'm a little bit maybe lazy, and I see there is all the people, like 77, 80 something, age, and you not lazy, anymore for this morning, That's it.
Artur qui expliquait qu'il est très choyé d'avoir le peuple québécois derrière lui, un peuple qui est très sportif et qui est très fier de ses athlètes. Il expliquait que des fois, il y a des matins qui se pointent au gym à 7 heures, qu'il est un peu paresseux, un peu pas trop le goût d'être là, et il voit des gens qui ont 77 ou 80 ans qui sont là en train de faire l'effort, et ça lui donne le coup de pied au derrière qu'il a besoin pour faire son entraînement matinal.
Callum, back to you. Just as I mentioned to Artur, he's walking out in front of 10,000 supporters. You're going to be walking out in front of 10,000 who definitely are not there to see you victorious. What does that do for your psyche, for your mindset? Does it help you focus even more, knowing that you're walking into enemy territory?
Yeah, it gives you that little bit of point to prove, but regardless of whether they're cheering for me or against me, I'm there to do a job. The minute the bell goes, my focus is on my opponent, so it's nice to have them there if they're cheering for you. If they're not cheering for you, I'm still there to do the same thing, and you get tunnel vision once they're in there. You don't really hear them as much as well, so it's nice if they're for you, but I'm there to do a job, and that's become a world champion.
À l'image d'Artur, Callum qui explique que oui, il était très content qu'il y ait 10 000 personnes qui vont être là samedi, et très conscient qu'il aura peu ou pas de support de cette foule-là. Par contre, lui aussi est là pour faire un travail et il compte livrer face à Artur.
Mark, I want to ask, Artur spends 3 weeks in the mountains in Russia training. It's part of his routine now, and then he comes back here to wrap up camp. Can you talk about that a little bit, and what does that do for you guys as a team, sending him back to Russia to those mountains?
It's always good. That's a protocol that we have for a long time, and we have success with that protocol. It's just the fact that he's going on a high altitude training camp just to start the right way and make sure that he's not starting the real training camp at zero. Like he's already in good shape when he came in America.
Alors Artur qui débute toujours son camp par 3 semaines dans les montagnes de la Russie. Marc Ramsey qui explique que c'est un peu sa préparation au camp, que quand il se pointe au vrai camp d'entraînement ici, il arrive déjà dans une forme resplendissante et prêt à faire le travail nécessaire.
Mark, how special is it to have ESPN Top Rank in Quebec City for you personally? What does it say about the sport here and all of the hard work that you've put in your career, and then with everybody obviously at Eye of the Tiger?
Well, this is something very important. Like we We love to see like all the publicity that ESPN's making like outside international. It's very good, but a little bit like Artur say right now, we are very focused on what we have to do Saturday. We cannot like too much think about like, oh, ESPN is there, there's 10,000 people, like that's okay, but this is not the main goal right now.
No, to everybody watching, this is an incredible fight. Mr. Eddie Hearn is in the building. Mr. Bob Arum will be flying in later today. It is a fight that all of the sport has been looking forward to, and I know that each and every one of you here in the building as well, looking forward to Saturday night.
Alors, Marc expliquait que oui, c'est très bon de bénéficier de la visibilité d'ESPN et tout ce que ça peut apporter non seulement à l'équipe d'Eye of the Tiger, à Artur et au sport en général. Par contre, leur focus demeure sur le combat de samedi et le travail qu'il y a à faire en lien avec ça.
Caleb, how is, we mentioned with Buddy, this is your third fight together. How has he fine-tuned, improved your game?
Yeah, massively. I believe hopefully we'll see some of the improvements this weekend, but he just tidied me up, improved me in areas what I felt I needed to improve in. Obviously, when losing to Canelo, it kind of highlights areas you need to tidy up on, and I made changes in my team, and the first one was moving over to the US and training with Buddy, and I feel like every day's a school day. I improve, I learn in the gym with him, and he's just making me an all-round better fighter.
Alors, Callum qui explique que c'est son troisième combat maintenant avec Buddy McGirt comme entraîneur, avait fait des changements à son équipe suite à sa défaite face à Canelo Alvarez. Et depuis ce temps-là, c'est des améliorations incrémentales. À chaque session dans le gym devient un petit peu meilleur et il a bien hâte de dévoiler tout ça cette fin de semaine.
Buddy, you've been in this sport a long time. How special are fights like this?
Hello, check microphone, check, 1 2 1 2. This is fights like this is what boxing needs, you know. And if I wasn't in the corner, I'd pay to see this fight, you know what I mean, because it's the best fighting the best. You know what I mean? It's a fight that's going in. It's like, you know what I mean, you got the two best in the division getting it on. Whereas, you know, you get a guy who's a champion fighting a guy nobody's ever heard of, no good. So I think Top Rank and Eddie Hearn, you know, for putting this together, and I think it's great for boxing, and we need more stuff like this.
Yeah, we'll see a lot more of this, I would imagine. You brought up Canelo. What did you learn from that fight? What did you take away from that fight?
Just I need to be better. I felt I needed to make changes after it. I changed my training setup, I changed my weight division, I just changed my mindset and outlook on the sport and set myself new goals, and the main goal was to become a world champion in a new weight division, and I've put the work in over the last 2-3 years since that fight, and I'm now in a position where I'm at that point. My next fight for 3 world titles, and like I said earlier, it's an opportunity I don't plan on letting slip. I plan on performing to the best of my abilities this weekend, and the best version of me beats Artur Beterbiev.
Alors, tout d'abord, Buddy McGirt qui expliquait que des combats comme celui-ci, c'est ce dont la boxe a besoin. Personne ne veut voir un champion qui affronte quelqu'un dont on ne connaît même pas le nom, et que s'il n'était pas dans le coin samedi soir, lui-même aurait payé un billet pour être présent, pour voir un combat comme celui-ci avec le meilleur qui affronte le meilleur. Callum, à son tour, qui parlait de sa défaite contre Canelo Alvarez, qui a réalisé après ça à quel point il y avait des changements et des améliorations à apporter, et que la meilleure recette pour le succès suite à ça, c'était de changer de division de poids. Maintenant, chez les 175 livres, a pris la masse nécessaire pour être une menace dans cette division-là, et compte bien montrer à Artur Beterbiev que la meilleure version de lui peut battre la meilleure version d'Artur Beterbiev.
Just so glad you're with me. This is so good having you here.
Pleasure.
Champ, one last question before we wrap it up this afternoon. We're in Quebec City. It's a winter wonderland. People are so excited. And you've mentioned now time and time again this afternoon that you're just keeping your eye on the task at hand. What's left in the sport for you after Saturday night? What do you want to do next?
Ask me after fight, please.
I'll ask you again after the fight, for sure. Man of many words, the champ, Artur. Callum, thank you. Buddy, Mark, thank you so much for being here. We'll get them on the scale tomorrow. As we mentioned, all of boxing, all of sports, excited for this one. As Buddy mentioned, these are the fights that need to get made, and boy, are we glad this one is happening Saturday night, finally. Patrick, any last words?
I guess that's it. As you said, the stage is set. On est prêt pour samedi pour un excellent combat. La pesée est demain à midi. La cloche sonne à 17h30 samedi soir. Premier combat sur ESPN Plus aux États-Unis, sur punchinggrace.com, partout à travers le monde. Dès 22h, la carte principale sur ESPN et sur punchinggrace.com également. Ce sera tout un événement. Ça va être sensationnel.
Guys, as always, this is boxing, this is Top Rank. We'll see you right here tomorrow as we get them on the scale. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Bonjour.
So, those of you that spoke French will have enjoyed that as well. We had bilingual press conference. Artur Beterbiev, a man of very few words. We are going to get the first face-off of fight week, so let's see how this unfolds. We'll have the formalities first. So I have the Tiger, the local promotional company, also up on stage. Those 3 world titles that are up for grabs, the IBF, the WBO and the WBC light heavyweight belts, proudly owned by Artur Beterbiev. Okay, but in truth, this is what we've been waiting for. When the teams step back and both fighters go head to head. Here we go. Don't think we're going to see many smiles between the two. 12 rounds or less at the centre Videotron. Artur Beterbiev takes on Callum Smith. Early hours of Sunday morning for everyone back home in the UK.